Uh, Toss is not terribly important. There is a bit of a wind, not much, but Eric Ashton has won it, and that means the team that's lost it's to kick off, and it is Australia. Now this is the for the Australian Rugby League side. They've already got one test in the bag. They've never won an Ashes series here since 1911, and then that included 4 New Zealanders. So it's a very great moment for them, and a great moment for Barry Moore, the scrum half from Brisbane, and the ball has got to go 10 yards, and it's going to put a long one in, and they pinched this idea from Great Britain last year, the long kick, and Gowers, the Swindon fullback, and I can see the Australian plan right away: play in the Britain half, don't play in our own half if possible. And that was a good start for Australia. Belt it down the field and keep Great Britain down there. Already the Australians on attack, and scores in this test, early scores are very important. Australia are favourites. Morgan, the bit prop forward, Welsh parentage, and Corellius, and they'll carry him back. Which leg do you want him with? 3 yards from the line, and he'll not go very far. Well, Great Britain going to have a job to get out of this position without either a penalty for offside or a knock-on or a scrum possession. It's a knock-on, and it's the first scrum of the game. And a very important one, 10 yards inside. Well, there's the pack. And Alec Murphy to feed. And not got it. At least not happy. Back on the scrum. Alec Murphy this time, he gets it and he goes blind. When I mean he goes blind, I don't mean he's lost sight. I mean he's gone to the short side of the pack. Morgan. These are big Australian forwards, and they're tough ones. Number 18 is Dick Thornett, brother of Ken Thornett, the fullback. And Robinson, Lee, and the forwards and the scrum gained about 15 yards. McIntyre, the dummy half. Now you'll notice that the first part of this game, the forwards will just go short if they can, just bump each other, use the physical capacity of the other side as much as they can, get them tired out in the hope that late in the game it'll spell it stale. Away goes Murphy, and Stoppers missed the ball. And offside it must be. Well, that was a good break by Murphy, and it's the first penalty of the game. Now, who's going to kick it? It's on the wrong side for Fox, so it could be Eric Ashton. When I say it's on the wrong side, Eric Ashton, right leg kicker, Neil Fox with the left leg kicker. Yes, it's going to be Eric Ashton. There he is, the captain of the side. And the ball is should go into touch, but it's not. Oh, it's a scrum down. It's not over. It's not over the line. It's the touch judge has flagged, and I think he's made a mistake. The referee's gone in to have a word with the touch judge, and it's going to be a scrum down. Now, what's he giving? Yes, it's a scrum down. The touch judge, Mr. Watson, said the ball had gone over the line, and Langlands was pointing at him. Walsh is arguing with the referee. It's no good, son. It's given. Now this is, and the touch is in to our left. To our left, the touch judge is in. Just pan to our left here. And the touch judge is calling somebody for talking. Stay there, it's Ken Irvine, and it's Ian Walsh. Ken Irvine has made some reference to the touch judge, and the touch judge doesn't like it. And it's not a penalty. The scrum's being given. Well, this is the sort of test match stuff that is the exciting stuff. Great Britain get the ball here, they could be, but they've not. And they have now Myler, Fox. He's got to turn back in. No, he's got in. Ashton. Sullivan, first time he touched the ball. Well, Great Britain at this moment got out of that sticky tight corner and are now in with a chance of making an attack. And the crowd's got it to Eric Ashton inside to Stopford. Stopford's going nicely. Stopford's the local boy. Can play for Swinton. Tackled by Johnny Raper. Good tackle. Roll him over. Corellius, Myler, they're in trouble. golfer is this lad Myler. He couldn't hold himself out of that one. Cornelius, McIntyre. His father came to see me before the match, this lad McIntyre, to tell me he has a brother, younger brother, better than him, he says. You know what fathers are, don't you? Robinson, Cornelius. It's a long one, it's a bad one, it's a bad one. It's a bad one. And it's somebody saved. Neil Fox saved that one. Sully missed it. Sully being Sullivan. Minutes gone. Cliff Watson, the Cockney from Dudley, and I'll explain what I mean by that later. Let it go, son. Now these Australian forwards will run about all afternoon. Great Britain have got to switch point of attack to find them out of position. That's the only way. Measures is the runner in the side. Jim Measures from Widnes. Getting you at this moment, and Robinson of Lee, number 8. Vindic Aurelius. It's a long one to Fox. This Great Britain side is not a particularly fast side. In fact, it's probably one of the slowest test sides I've ever seen. Oh, in trouble. And he's knocked on. And this is what I mean by the slowness, the speed of the backs, or speed of the sides. Not particularly good, and these Australians will stand up to it and stand up to the players. It's Murphy to feed. Murphy is on the right, and he's got the ball. Cornelius, Ashton. Oh, and Ashton dropped the ball. Diamond nearly threw the ball kicked into touch, and Ashton is hurt. Ashton is on the ground. There he is on the left. There he is. Oh, now this is a moment. Was he winded, or is he? There's Reg Gasnier walking towards us, the man who beat it at Wembley. And Paddy Armour. Well, Eric Ashton, the captain, and the 13 players in the side. You remember at Wembley? If you didn't remember, I'll remind you that David Bolton had to go off. No substitutes are allowed in rugby league football. Here, it's allowed in Australia in the club games, and it's looking bad as this. They was looking for a bit of help to get him off. And Diamond's helping him off. Oh dear. This looks very bad for Great Britain. Ashton off. Sullivan in the centre for Ashton. And the Measures on the wing, and it's Australian possession. And it's a chance for Fox. Can Fox go? Everybody's chasing him. He's going to get there. He's not. He's going to be tackled. He's on. It's a try. It's a try. What a sensational try. And there's the kicker, the man who made the run, Neil Fox, number 4. There it is. We're right behind him. There he is. Well, that was a sensation. He missed it! Oh, he missed it. 3 points to 0. There he is. What a miss. He made it and missed it, and a vital kick. Well, it might have been an idea to have switched the kicker to Gowers, because having gone that length of the field, is supposed to be out of breath, but it's 3-0, 10 minutes gone. And Ashton is still off the field. The ambulance men are with him. And the penalty against Diamond for roughing Measures up, who's on the right wing. Gowers the kicker. Oh, brilliantly taken by Cornet. Oh, tackled by Frank Myler. 10 yards line just inside the Australian half. Day. Day from Queensland. And Eric Ashton still off, and at this moment no signs of him coming back. There's got a blanket around him. Great Britain, 12 players at this moment. Murphy, number 7, Alex Murphy, the joiner from St. Helens. This is the man number 7 who could possibly win the match for Great Britain. The forwards can't get the ball, but they do this time. Murphy, it's a bad one. It's knock on. No, advantage. But no, knock on. I thought it was a knock on, but I think he allowed advantage and then a second knock on. The Australian backs are brilliant in their middlemen. Gasnier and Langlands are terrific centres. Murphy to feed, number 7. Myler, Gowers. Gowers got that on his own. Gowers is a very popular lad here, of course. He plays for Swinton, and we're on the Swinton ground. Myler, another drop pass. Oh, Gasnier's in. Gasnier's in. Gasnier's in for a brilliant try. A drop pass and Gasnier's in. Great try, there he is. Reg Gasnier, the star of the first test, just took up the chance and is in for 3 points each. And it's a simple kick for Langlands. They're a very fast side of this. Graham Langlands, the kicker. Graham Langlands, who scored 92 points this season, and one of the, I would say, the finds, the stars of the tour. He's been a brilliant football, a bit excitable at times, but is a good goal kicker. Well, there's he's got to kick it. I think he'll do better than Fox. Somebody behind saying, will he do better than Fox? It's 3-3 at this moment. 13 minutes gone. And he's kicked it, so it's Australia 5 points, Great Britain 3 points. Well, the Australians, Langlands, with the goal kicker, now really back in the picture, and of course very much happier now with a lead of 2 points, which reveal just how short Great Britain are in their middle for speed. Kelly, the tough man from New South Wales, Johnny Raper, Ian Walsh, and a nice pass again to Johnny Raper. Excellent, a good pass to Dick Thornett. And all the time that this is going on, the Australians, with 30 men against 12, are tiring the English team out. Paul Quinn from the South Coast, Ian Walsh, I saw him in Orange once. Incidentally, Jack Ridley from Orange is here today. Jack Ridley, a great winger of Australian early days. Thornett, Langlands, away goes Langlands, and away goes Harrison, but Cornelius just gets him. But this is signs of things to come from Australia. They're moving the ball about, and they're going to run Great Britain off their legs if they can at all, and they certainly are doing at the moment, even accounting for the fact that Great Britain have only got 12 men. "15 minutes gone. Australia lead in 5 points to 3, and very much in the ball possession. This is a chance. Irvine's into the corner. Irvine must be in round the back of the post. He must be for the second try, and Irvine's in. A great try. Easy for Australia and Irvine. Langlands 8-3, and oh, it's a shocking kick, but it landed. Well, how lucky can you be? No wonder he's got a little smile on his face, but it's still 2 points. That's no doubt what Graham Langlands is thinking. Well, there's the score. Australia 10, Great Britain 3. Ball about very sensibly. Ashton, incidentally, is on the wing. Earl Harrison. There. And Langlands must be in. Langlands in for the third try. Langlands in for the third try. It looks a forlorn Great Britain side. that's playing against the Australians today. Shades of what's going to be said at the reunion of the Lions tomorrow when they entertain the young Kangaroos. Well, it's not kicked that one. It was about to kick, it's not kicked this, so it is 13 points to 3, Langlands. 2 goals, 3 tries, 13 points. Great Britain 1 try, and that tells its own story. Great Britain are really in trouble with this. There's no doubt about it that the Frank Myler, stand-up half, that Ashton's staying on the wing. He's obviously not quite fit, and they're a very, very sad-looking lot at the moment, is Great Britain. Scrum 10 yards inside the field, and the Australians on our left and Great Britain on our right, number 7 being Alec Murphy. Murphy, number 7. "20 minutes gone, the first half, 20 minutes gone. Australia 13. Australia 13, Great Britain 3, and I thought Murphy was going to gather speed as I saw him doing the third test on the Sydney. Quick at ground, looking wonderfully good on that day. Vince Corelius, remember him in the 58 tour, particularly people up in Australia. Sydney would remember him, but it's a day when Great Britain are not on top as they were either in 58 or 62. Well, the Australians are, and we won't let the enjoyment go because of that. And it's a forward pass, but it was a bump from Myler. Robinson of Lee, number 8. Oh, he's lost the ball, and it's a knock-on. It's a good job. Well, the gentleman up in Brisbane who wrote me wanting to know as many of the players as he could. I don't know whether he wanted the English players or the Australian players, but he's certainly seen many of the players, although he can't see much in that number 9. Well, that head through there is Ian Walsh, and number 9 is McIntyre, and Ian Walsh was caught handing out of the scrum. There's no good getting down here, and you might as well go. You've been penalised. That's a lovely action of Ian Walsh, isn't it? You've seen him many a time in Sydney. It's a good kick. Gower's the kicker. Bit of fun there, somebody's wanting, now make up your mind, who wants to hold who? And the referee has penalised Sullivan for crossing, as he called it. However, he's given it, so he counts. Not anyone else's opinion. Thornett taking the kick, and Thornett full back. And quite a good crowd here at Swinton, even though it's a day when quite a lot of attractions in the city of Manchester. They've got a very important race called the November Handicap. I don't know who's having any luck there, but if there's an Australian around, I'm sure he's having it, because the Australians are having the luck, and certainly there's better football here. Murphy upended Muir. Kicked on it. Oh. Sullivan and Harrison went in for Sullivan there. Oh, and safe from the play of the ball. And it's a lovely pass. And away goes Langlands. Nobody's going to catch him. Nobody's going to catch Langlands. A beautiful dummy try. What a beautiful dummy try by Langlands, the star of this tour. Brilliant football by the St. Joe's player from Wollongong. I saw him playing down in Wollongong on one tour, and I never thought we should see him playing such brilliant football as he has done on this tour and is doing today. Well, the Langlands again to kick, and let's have a look at Langlands, this peculiar kick of his that he's been doing it. It may be the turf that's hitting him, and it may be the fact that he's not making his usual man, but we'll stay with him and have a look at it. We can take it for granted it'll be a goal. We'll just have a look and see what he does. There he is. Yeah, you see, he kicks some, it's a goal, but he kicks some dirt or some turf with him as he went at it. Great Britain, 12 men. And the touch is in for something on, and I think it's Mick Sullivan. I think it's Mick Sullivan, and it's Mick Sullivan and Diamond. Well, of course, they're old friends, aren't they, in Sydney?
Possibly the style of football I played was a style that was good against English sides. I was lucky enough to play against Mike Sullivan, who possibly also played the same brand of, or the same style of wing that I played, and we had quite a lot of duels. I thought he was probably one of the most headiest wingers that I'd played against, even though he was very robust and used his body, his arms, his good tackling skills. He also was very cunning and used all the field, and also used his cover defence in support. And certainly in the earlier parts of our clashes, he made me stop and think, and certainly taught me a lot about the game.
Sullivan and Diamond, they've met before. Shades of Sydney Cricket Ground, New South Wales, etc., etc. Well, Kelly, and can't get his head down. Well, we've been playing just half an hour, and it's a penalty for Great Britain when the forwards get out. This game could develop, and the crowd is moaning a bit because Neil Fox is going to have a shot at goal, having missed 3 goals. But I suppose there that Great Britain got Myler off, and well, I suppose they wanted to play for time a bit. I don't know how they're going to do that even for the rest of the first half, 10 minutes. Oh, and it's a bad one, and Fox is really off with his goal kicking. Well, Neil Fox, the fellow who in Sydney kicked some brilliant goals on the Sydney Cricket Ground, is not on form goal kicking today. He's put a bit of weight on his knee. This suggested is just a bit too heavy now for centre three-quarter play by some of his critics. Certainly is not a Langlands or a Gasnier. And Eric Ashton just can't run. Eric Ashton is a passenger. He may or may not come back after the interval, I don't know. Myler is off. Walsh, Thornett. All the Australians have to do now is to play correct football, keep the ball moving, and they could get a record score for an England match. Oh, and Gasnier's in again. Gasnier's in again. It's supposed to be. It's so simple. And Morgan is on the ground. Gasnier goes in to make it 21. Well, that is Gasnier and Langland is co-partner at centre. And there must be a great lot of blushes around of the Great Britain selectors. Langlands in the kicker, and he's kicked some peculiar ones, but he's been managing to get them over. Kicked 3 goals. He seems to punt it. He's kicked it again. He seems to stab at it. So it's 23-3. And I'm running out of paper if I'm not careful with all this scoring. Aye, well, Alec Murphy. 8 minutes to go in the first half. And the Australians 20 points in front. And Johnny Raper sidestepping. And Irvine must go. Irvine must go. It's a debacle. Irvine must go. Irvine must go. There's the scorer. And Johnny Raper, of course, of Mady getting the congratulations. And Langlands slowly walking up. There's no reason why he should hurry. He's got all the time in the world. Seven minutes to go to half-time. Langlands kicker, and 6 tries on the scoreboard. And at last they've missed one. And all his shots have been bad ones, really, been getting them. But this is the story of I can now tell on the Sydney Cricket Ground when they heard a great cheer and they said, "What's the matter? Jim Sullivan missed the goal." He says, "Has Sullivan kicked the goal?" I said, "No, he's missed one." And if I kill the story, I didn't kill the score. It's 26 points to 3. Murphy to feed. Murphy to scrum half. And 4 goals, 6 tries. Murphy and Muir are going to have their little bit of fun and games. And Corellius has now gone stand-off half. Sullivan is centre and Dashton is on the wing. Mile is off. Oh, and Murphy's dropped it. And it's overlap, Kende. Well, Kelly, Raper, moving it about. Knock on, scrum down, 25 line. 5 minutes to go. Australia 26 points, Great Britain 3 points. Great Britain 12 players, Mile is off. Knock on, but the referee's missed it. Earl Harrison, Langlands. Oh, the overlap. And Kelly's going on his own and going on his own. Well, Kelly on his own. How simple can it be? Well, this is a fantastic position for Great Britain, holder of the Ashes, to be in. Langlands, again the kicker this time, is taking a bit more time with it to try to make a better effort. 29 points to 3, and we're not far off what was the high score for Australia in a test match in 1911-12, which Australia 33, Great Britain 8. The captain was Chris McKibbert, and even though there were 4 New Zealanders in the side, known as the Australations, and this time he's kicked it, and it's 31 to 3. Quinn, Raper. They can afford to play fancy football, can the Australian, and Kelly, the scorer of the last try, just shows how. Oh, there's 5 men on the overlap here. Harrison stuck. 5 men on the overlap. 2 minutes to go. Stopford the race, partially obstructed, but through all right as Ken Thornett saves and runs with these. So does Harrison. Watson. to 3, and already the margin is the biggest in England of test match. And Ian Walsh, penalty for Ken Day, not playing probably, but what a great moment for Ken Day, playing in his first test match in England and being on the Ashes winning side. Ken Gow's to kick. One minute to go, and you can reckon up the score for yourself, I'm sure. In Australia, 28 points to 3. I mean, 31 points to 3, 28 points margin. 28 margin, 31 points to 3. And the Australian Jack Lynch and Arthur Sparks are just in front of me. They're as bewildered as anyone else is. They still haven't had their face slip. They still haven't got very excited about it. And they could go home and have the tea and come back and all will be well. And Great Britain gets a penalty for Walsh packing. Frank Myler is off. Gowes is kicking. It's an up and under. And it's a bad end. If it lets it go, it's not. It's a try. It's a try. Oh, it's a try. Well, it's a consolation try to Jim Measures. Well, at least it's 2 tries. Well, I should think it'll be half-time after this. And Fox again kicking. If Fox misses this one, the Yorkshireman is Neil Fox, the Lancashire crowd, mainly Lancashire, I don't know what they'll say. You'll hear what they'll say. There it is. It doesn't look as if he can miss, does it? And he kicks it out of the chair with the score. Australia 31, Great Britain 8 points.
They love to see.
Well, we describe it as an up and under. And the crowd are going to have a shout. Whoa, get in, boys. Up you go. Oh, they're going to score. This fellow will score. Irving, nobody will catch him. A Manchester November handicap racehorse couldn't catch this fella. He's in. The Langlands, this is the boy who's been doing all the damage in the first half. The overlap here. Ian Walsh, Johnny Raper sailing for the middle. Gasnier's coming up in support, and it's a beautiful taken pass by Gasnier. Brilliant football by the Australians, no doubt about it. playing good football right on the Great Britain line, and Great Britain get it. To get the ball, that's some salvation. Oh, and he's lost it. Oh dear. They're giving the Christmas presents away earlier, these boys, and in he goes. It's as simple as taking the bottle. Oh dear, dear, dear. Well, there it is, Dick cornered. And away goes Diamond, and nobody's going to catch him. Nobody is going to catch this fella, Peter Diamond, except stop him from putting the ball behind the post. Well, Harrison now then. Can anybody catch him? If he keeps running, Jim Measures might get him. He hasn't done. So Earl Harrison, a great day for this new boy into the Test team, and it's a long run and plenty of good football.
When you have a look at some of the players that were in there, like the likes of Rape,